Extended Branch, a Masonic podcast aimed at demystifying fraternal brotherhood and other stuff. Mysteries and secrets of Freemasonry.
We're a little rusty, sorry guys.
Isn't it? Yeah, like it's been a while.
Yep. We might as well just wait for this.
Yeah, right.
Tell them the legal stuff.
Yeah, the legalese. The opinions of the participants of this podcast are our own and do not reflect any Grand Lodge statements or opinions. So we're going to keep this open, and as they say, on the level, for all to listen to. I am Worshipful Brother, Immediate Past Master, Andrew Rizzatello, Olive Branch Lodge 16, and to my right and left are my brothers, if you would.
My name is Kevin Cotter. I'm a brother of Olive Branch Lodge and a fellow of the Society of King Solomon.
I am Billy Bilbo. You may know me from this podcast. I am also a brother of Olive Branch Lodge.
So as I stated in the beginning, my year of being Worshipful Master is officially over.
Dunzo.
I am. We done.
We did it. I moved up.
Yes, he is now senior deacon.
He moved out.
I'm outside the door now as Tyler. I get to wave a flashy weapon around. Kevin is stuck in the same spot as Organist Emeritus.
That's right, Organist, yes. Yeah, Right Worshipful Grand Olive Branch Organist. And I'm very happy in my position.
One of the 3 immovable officers.
That's right. Fat jokes already? Alright, I'm just saying.
God damn it.
You try and put on a nice family podcast.
Family.
My wife watches this.
Family?
My wife watches
Irene,
this.
by the way.
She marks down, Billy. She marks every
And hi, Danielle, my beautiful wife, Danielle.
all the significant others that
Yes.
allow us to do this.
Yes, absolutely.
You're on equal.
But yeah, no, it was an interesting year, and as I've said over and over and over again, it was a little bit challenging, especially having to deal with the remnants of the pandemic and the shutdown and things like that. But now that I am a little bit more free in my time, I am going to focus on something that we have here in New Jersey called the Society of King Solomon, of which...
Wait a sec. Wait. So you now are doing this, right? The Society of King Solomon?
Okay,
so he's already done it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're doing it.
So...
I think I feel a segment coming on.
Well, all right, yeah. So Andrew, before you continue, I might as well, because I got a bunch of questions about this stuff. Like you guys keep mentioning it.
Hold on.
So
we're starting to fire. For,
as some of you may know, I'm Billy Bilbo, and I have questions. So
the BBQs are
let's
here.
get into some BBQs. And today I'm gonna BBQ Andrew and Kevin. It doesn't really happen that often, but all right. So first thing I want to know. The Society of King Solomon, you guys mention this all the time. We mention appendant bodies on the podcast all the time. Would this be considered an appendant body?
No. So
I wouldn't say that.
I would say no, but we should say at the outset, again, we're not speaking for this program that's being put on in the Grand Lodge of New Jersey.
Yeah.
However, we are both members of this, and we're both proud of this. So we want to encourage people, anybody that were to listen to this, to please to look at it. And it's open for anybody to just kind of read the information we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
It's on the Grand Lodge website. It is not an appendant body. It is an educational program that is sponsored by the Grand Lodge.
It's basically, so the Northern Masonic jurisdiction of the Scottish Rite has something called the Hot Grade Academy. The Scottish Rite in general was considered the college of Freemasonry because of the amount of knowledge you gained, both through the degrees and through other means. And the Northern jurisdiction took this literally and developed a program in which the member will go through various tests and then write papers on when coming down to the Scottish Rite on the individual degree. You get to pick a degree and then write on it. So that is the basis, and I'd say the framework, say, for the Society of King Solomon, which is New Jersey specific. Kevin, you have the website in front of you, so please.
So here's how somebody would go about becoming involved. It is open to Master Masons of New Jersey only. Okay. That's important to know. You reach out to them through the website, through the Grand Lodge website. they respond back to you, and then they furnish you with some information, some documents that they want you to learn, to study. And there's 3 multiple choice questions, or excuse me, tests that you have to pass. So the first, and they're closed, so you have to start with the first one. The first one is on symbolic masonry and all the things that would go on in a Blue Lodge that is open to Master Masons, and things that I think anybody would want to know that Master Masons are familiar with.
All right, so for me, for one of my cues, so would that be like protocol stuff? Or
No, we'll
would
get
you
to that.
say
The literal, so symbolism. So we're talking about the things you see in the lodge, why the altar is arranged the way it is, what's on the altar, various
gotcha.
decorations of the lodge,
Right,
the immovable
right.
jewels.
So the square and compass, basically, that everyone knows why. Basically, it's a why is that?
Right. So the
kind of
so
thing.
the official language says, Part 1. This section will focus on the ritual and symbolism of the 3 symbolic degrees, whereby the candidate will test his knowledge by sitting for 3 multiple choice exams. And this is the first one. The second one then is based on Masonic protocol, and this is New Jersey jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
After a careful study of the perfect ashlar, the candidate will be quizzed on our grand jurisdiction's Masonic protocol.
The perfect
which-
ashlar
so you-
is on Adam, our secretary's desk.
Yes.
It is
Yeah, that
actually
I
a
see.
binder of all the various protocol that a New Jersey Mason should be familiar with.
Okay, so we keep saying this word protocol, and I said it before without asking the question. So we talk about protocol as far as masonry go, and I think more of a question from myself than a confirmation from the two of you. That means, like, when we walk into a lodge, it's the things that we do to address each other, not the things that you see, but the things that we do while we're inside the lodge that only Masons see. It's the protocol would basically determine how we do that properly with each other, so that we all are following the same standard.
It's a similar thing as if you were greeting a dignitary of any type. You know, like, oh, the president's coming to visit. Well, there's a way to address him. There's a way to greet him. Things like that.
Got it.
Right.
Just Masonically.
Then that's just they want to know you have a grasp
on our protocol.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Right, and then the third part is called Constitution and Law.
And it's very tricky.
It is, yes.
It's
It is.
that was the hardest test,
Yes.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yes.
It says the candidate will review and study the Constitution and laws of the Grand Lodge of New Jersey, testing his knowledge through a multiple choice exam. So these are many, many things. This includes voting and bylaws and regularity and all kinds of like real
Nuanced.
fine,
So
granular.
this is the political, basically,
Well, it's,
the political machinery.
It has to do with inevitably when you run an organization, this is true of not just Freemasonry, but everything.
That's true.
You have to vote. Sometimes you need a majority vote. Sometimes
There are
you
questions
need a
that
unanimous vote.
come.
Yeah.
So
How we
there's all
got a
kinds of things.
resolution.
So
Right.
these again, it's a document to be studied. So you do have to spend some time with it.
Yeah.
And it is quite a challenge to complete all 3 of the tests.
So
Now,
those are
You
multiple
have
choice.
they're multiple choice, and you have unlimited chances.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, so that's the good part.
It's
Because
not one and done. No,
No.
that's good. That's good.
Thank
So-
Christ.
There, upon completing those 3 tests, you are welcomed and considered a member of the Society of King Solomon.
Which I am.
Right.
Oh.
I finished these tests.
And
Okay.
it's very nice. There's a certificate. They call you up to the east and everything. It's really great. So there's a 4th part that is an optional part, where you are tasked with writing an academic paper.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really great, and I really love the way that they did this, because what they did is they suggested 6 broad topics.
Very broad.
Broad topics, and I'll read them to you. But then, depending upon what topic you pick, there's highly suggested, recommended bibliography.
Read this. Read this.
Of like 3 or 4 books per topic
Mm-hmm.
that they want you to study so that you can write this paper well. All right, so here are the topics, which again, this is all public. This is on the Grand Lodge website. The history of Freemasonry.
Again,
is
very
one.
broad.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very
Broad.
broad.
Symbolism and allegory in Freemasonry.
Oh my. What?
Right.
Yeah.
What?
I know. Can you get any more broad?
Yeah. Come on.
That was my paper.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So the development of Masonic ritual, again, lots of history.
Yeah, no, I mean that you can
The
kind of narrow
fourth
it down
one,
a
very
little.
specific, New Jersey Freemasonry, and all the things that have to do with formation of lodges and the history of Freemasonry in New Jersey.
Specifically New Jersey.
Number 5, esoteric Freemasonry, and number 6, Masonic controversies and conspiracies.
I don't know.
So
Guess what I'm writing on?
I don't know if you saw my eye rolls, because when you say the word esotericism and then you say write a definitive paper about it,
That's not possible.
It's an oxymoron to me, but I understand what they're going for.
It's not
understand.
possible.
So,
I mean, I could write a paper about dinosaurs taking over the planet Mars and call it esotericism, and how could they argue?
well, the worst thing you can do is call it Freemasonry.
No, that I would not. That I would not do. That I would not do.
Right, so I mean, we got those people already.
Yeah,
And
no, I'm not. Yeah, no. We all know.
Just remember, the Roman Empire didn't exist.
That's right.
Just questions, no
Right.
definitive
Right,
crazy
the-
answers.
The
Sorry.
tinfoil hat lodges.
Yeah, no. Just haircuts,
So
that's it.
once you've completed that, and it goes through a revision process, and they work with you with this,
Yeah, it's a
and-
legit paper. It's like almost like a doctorate.
and when you've completed this, you've done all the revisions, you are welcomed and styled
Accepted as a fellow.
essentially as a fellow of the Society of King Solomon, and I am very humbly proud to say that I am a member of that group.
And like everything else in Masonry, you get a fancy jewel.
And there's a
Well-
nice jewel, there's a picture of the jewel online.
That was going to be my next question. What's your fancy Freemasonry show-off flair?
The bling.
Yeah,
The jewel is out in the car.
Okay. Oh, that's fine.
But like any other state awarded jewel, past master's jewel, things like that,
Mhm.
you are permitted and expected to wear that in Open Blue Lodge in
Yes.
New Jersey. Yes.
Very cool.
So it is very cool. It is something that our podcast would like to encourage people to
Yes.
listen
Yeah.
to. New
That's,
Jersey Freemasons, this is out there for you, and there's really wonderful programs that New Jersey puts out, the Brearley Award, the Lewis Jewels,
Yeah.
right.
All of these things are wonderful programs sponsored by the Grand Lodge
Yeah.
that we're very proud of, because it attracts people to Freemasonry. I think it challenges the membership, which is exactly what we should be doing as Freemasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're really kind of happy to have an opportunity to talk about it.
Yeah. So actually, I want to expand a little bit on what Kevin was saying. So the different awards, the Lewis Jewel, which you may have heard us speak about, is so a Lewis was an actual tool used to help raise stones out of a quarry. The idea behind the Lewis Jewel, which is not just New Jersey specific, there are other jewels from other jurisdictions that have something similar. It's meant to show that you have a family history of Masonry. In New Jersey, you can actually skip a generation, so it can go from like grandfather to grandson, etc., etc. But and it shows your lineage, your Masonic lineage. The Brearley Award, which is given to new Master Masons. You have, you have a whole list
You
of
have a
things.
list of
for that.
requirements that they would like to encourage you to complete within your first year of being a Master Mason.
Yeah.
And it is wonderful. It has to do with attending lodges, and
Setting up lodges.
And
I actually went for it. I didn't get it. I missed the timeline. But you have to participate in a lodge event, which means something
I didn't
outside
know about
of.
Neither
You
did I.
have to go. You have to travel and see each of the degrees at a different lodge beside your own. You have to attend, I think it's 1 or 2 DLI, which is our District Lodge of Instructions. People don't know. It's when the whole district gets together at one specific lodge and we all go over how we're going to run things as far as, our stuff inside the lodge itself. And we all get together and make sure we're on the same page. You have to actually not host, but like prepare, something like help. And as you guys, we did the whiskey thing. I cooked. I did sliders for the whiskey thing.
Right.
There.
A lodge fundraiser or something.
Yeah,
like that.
there was something going on, and there were really. Honestly, it was just the things that I do. Anyway.
Normally,
it was just. As
If
I
anything,
became
the most difficult part would be seeing the degrees outside of your lodge.
Yeah, but because I am a huge nerd, I wanted to see them all in different lodges. For me, it was I've seen how we do it. Like our
Nerd-
brothers.
Nerd is a strong word.
I own it. I love it. So
Dork.
yeah, that too. That'll work.
It's all jokes, people.
So I saw how our brothers do it. I love the way.
Wait.
that we do it.
We run a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
Aren't these prerequisites?
They should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're three white
I mean,
guys. We're three
technically-
white guys talking about a subject we enjoy. Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome to our podcast.
Yeah, like we're on the internet. I mean, there's no dorky, nerdy thing. So, but yeah, I wanted to see how the other brothers performed the what I'd already seen, and also to be able to see it as a fresh Mason. Basically, that first year is what you're supposed to do, and you go over and you actually build relationships with brothers in other lodges, and you realize that. It really starts to sink in that this isn't just this one building that you go to, that Freemasonry and the lodge itself just means the brothers and everyone in the world. Like, the world is technically like a giant lodge of brothers. We see each other. It's not like, oh, you belong to that lodge, we're feuding with you. No, typically...
we do feud with Duran.
Yeah,
but,
well,
okay.
it's all nonsense. But it was very interesting to go and see that, and I if you can get out,
Do it. If you can travel,
yeah,
travel.
100%. I
Absolutely.
know things are tough and still weird, but if you're able to, please, see everything.
And as Kevin obviously went through the entire rigmarole of the Society of King Solomon, I too will second his decision that every New Jersey Master Mason should endeavor to at least become a member, to do the tests.
Fair enough.
The essays for me are going to be interesting. I obviously chose conspiracy because it's just going to flow. Because I'm dealing with that right now. If you haven't seen my TikTok yet, this is what I deal with.
Yeah.
I've been threatened. So
And not by members of this podcast.
No, definitely. Different way. We threaten Andrew in different ways. Not like that.
but it is a fun challenge trying to come up and describe whichever the topic was. Like Kevin read off all 6 topics. Whatever that topic is, coming up with your version of what it means to you.
Yeah.
I encourage all Master Masons in New Jersey to do something like that.
Please do. It says I should mention also, there's no cost for this program.
Oh no, it's free.
It's just something that you take
all,
on yourself.
It's all for your brain. You're really learning
so,
more. That's all. It's all about.
So
how
really,
much
and again, we're just taking advantage of the whole social media thing.
Mm.
If you want to reach out to any of us, if you know who we are,
Mhm.
or whatever, if you want to write to our lodge or get a message to us somehow, we're very happy to.
Oh, absolutely.
Share
Also, guys,
the experience.
speaking of writing to us, we still have our email.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We got bbqs at gmail.com. Anytime. Just how it's spelled. It sounds like it's spelled WEGOTBBQS. We'll answer your questions. If you have questions about King Solomon, the Society of King Solomon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Questions of King Solomon is a whole different podcast.
We're actually not going to answer any of those. So you can direct them to the Museum of Natural History. That's probably
Something.
it's probably a better source for
listen.
answers about that guy.
Yes, Kevin.
Karen said it was a slow week for emails, so
Yeah.
Well,
right. Well, she.
what are we
I
paying
mean,
her for?
I'm not paying
Ricky-
her. Again, last time we said, I have not written this woman a check. I don't know what you are paying her with, but not money.
Snickers?
I'm just passing the message along.
Anyway.
All right. We'll tell her to work hard.
The writing's on the wall. So anyway, I have a game I'd like to bring back.
Ooh, game
this
time.
This is the new game. The old games are not abandoned, but
No.
Masonic snippets, guys.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I think you'll enjoy this. I will say to you again, just a reminder for this game. These are quotes, quotable quotes from Freemasons, I did my homework this time. It's not off the cuff. I have facts for you. I have hints just in case you need them.
That's always good
All right.
to know. Always good.
And I will say, in this case, keep your wits about you.
Mm.
Okay, so here is your first Masonic snippet.
Mm.
Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy.
It's Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Come on now! Come on!
Okay,
Even I knew that one.
The first, well, I wanted the first one to be easy. Okay, so if you didn't know that, that is Brother Benjamin Franklin, past Grand Master of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
So the facts, just for Billy made a habit of writing some facts, so I wrote some facts.
Ooh.
So the first clue was going to be, was the father of a governor of New Jersey.
Oh.
Yes, an estranged son who is a loyalist still to the crown.
Wow.
Yes. So even if you watch the musical 1776,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
he goes, yeah, I'm no longer in contact with my son.
Ben Franklin. The more I read about him, the more I want to emulate him as he grew.
Oh, amazing!
He
Amazing.
obviously, just if you break it down, slave owner at first, and then realize no, this is fucked up, and then all the his transformation over the course of his life was.
Angel, the only thing I'll say about that is you better learn to speak French, because dude loved Paris.
Yeah, he
it
did.
was his number one place that wasn't the United States.
Yeah, he did. I got a problem with that.
So the other ones held the office of Postmaster of Philadelphia.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And
did know that.
inventor of the lightning rod bifocals, and a stove shares his name.
Didn't
so
he
if you
also
didn't have it by
start?
then, I wanted to give you.
Didn't he also start a fire company too?
I mean,
Probably.
I know.
hey, did you know Ben Franklin? And then whatever you said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I'm okay, sure.
Ben
Okay,
Franklin
so
did
then-
all this.
The other thing that I wanted to add, just because, how do you pick one quote from these people?
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Okay, so here's it's an honorable mention, right? Another quote from Ben Franklin. Wise men don't need advice, and fools won't take it.
That's a good one.
And the more you think about that, the more it makes sense.
Yep.
It's
Poignant.
I know, it's great. Okay, so here's our second Masonic snippet.
I'm ready.
A lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on.
Wow, that's a great quote.
Yeah.
I don't even care who said that. Mickey Mouse could have said that. That's
Yeah,
a great quote.
Okay, that's it. A lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on. Okay, fact number 1.
Go.
This person is an accomplished painter.
Can we ask questions?
Sure.
What year?
Yes.
All of them.
So no.
Every year he was
The year he said
He's an
that.
Okay,
Alright.
fact number 2, hint number 2. This is the first person ever to be made an honorary citizen of the United States, being half American himself.
The first person ever.
Ever
Is
to
it-
be made
it's
an
a-
honorary citizen of the United States.
It's not Houdini, is it?
No. Half American.
Okay. The third quote is not going to help you.
Okay.
All right. This person was a Nobel Prize winner for literature in 1953.
53.
And he's a painter. And he was an honorary citizen.
Yes. So not American.
So he's not American.
And he's a Mason?
Yes.
Mhm.
Shit. I was going to say Einstein, but he...
No. But he wasn't a painter, and he didn't do literature.
I don't know. He did
Okay.
a lot of stuff.
He did.
So this quote, a lie gets halfway around the world before a truth has a chance to get its pants on. Sir Winston Churchill.
Churchill, really?
Sir Winston Churchill.
Wow.
And again, how do you pick one Churchill quote?
Yeah.
Oh
there's a
God,
lot of
yes. Oh yeah.
All right. So the one of the most famous ones I want to throw
I'll
out
be-
there,
I'll
because if this was the quote, you would have been like, oh, it's
The
this
sober
guy.
one.
No, it's this,
Oh.
this one. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few.
To so few, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
there's a memorial down the street from my apartment that has that. That's the name of it. We owe so much to so few.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. So
See, no, Churchill for me, the quote that will never die is, "I'll be sober in the morning and you'll still be ugly."
I glossed over that.
He
I
said
that
that.
one,
He
I was
said
like-
that, and I'm like, this man knew disses before disses were a thing.
Again, family podcast.
Yes,
Yep,
yes,
yep.
yes.
He was
Okay, your third and final
I'm ready.
Masonic
I'm going to
snippet.
get this one. Probably not.
I never let schooling interfere with my education.
Yeah.
Mark Twain.
Right.
Yeah. Samuel Clemens. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Mark
yes,
Twain.
Yes.
All right. So again, like we've talked about him on the podcast before.
Yeah.
So the first hint I was going to give you, and I think Billy, you would have been all over this, has a national award for comedy named after him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right.
The Mark Twain Award.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then check this out. So the book Huckleberry Finn, not Tom Sawyer, but Huckleberry Finn, which is the follow, was considered to be controversial and was banned for its alleged crude language and lack of moral tone.
Yeah, that I knew. Yep.
Right from the outset.
Really?
Yes, banned book.
Never read it.
And then called subsequently, you go from that to the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Called the father of American literature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mark
right.
Twain.
But your book's gonna be banned.
Okay, so this honorable mention, this second quote, I thought was really cool to kind of round out. You know, I like I said, keep your wits about you. So Ben Franklin, Winston Churchill, and Mark Twain, like their wit is what people know them best for, right?
Yep.
So here's Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured.
Wow.
And
I've been saying that all my life, just not in those words.
I read that and I was like, that's Freemasonry right there.
Yep. 100%.
That's it. Like if you're doing the work,
right,
you got to work on that.
Yep.
Wow.
You got to work on that because nobody's perfect.
It's
But then to go through, I mean, beer is proof that God loves us. And all
To
to go through that and go, oh, there's a little bit of Freemasonry in every one of these quotes.
Yeah.
So go back and listen to these things and look these guys up. I mean, I'm sure people are screaming at their phones. But this is just kind of the first iteration, and I kind of wanted to get some of the bigger names out of the way.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys.
That was fun. That was cool.
Yeah, I think we learned a little bit about King Solomon. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely learned more. I'm definitely interested. The Society of King Solomon.
Oh, that guy.
That guy, yeah. You know, his whole society did. This guy. We learned a little bit about that. Andrew apparently is overly joyed. I don't know if you can see the smile on his face. Most of the time you can't.
The weight has been lifted.
Slept like a baby.
Yep. Kevin has had a very momentous year. He got through band alive so far.
Yeah.
Made it to the podcast.
Yeah, he's still sane.
And I moved up. Still doing everything normal. I will have some new stuff coming for you guys as we go through and the episodes come on. Kevin's got his new stuff. I need to have some new stuff. I mean, that's just how it goes. You know.
And I'm just here.
And then Andrew is our eye candy, so you guys know how it goes.
We really need to plan these things better.
On that
we don't play
note,
well.
thank you once again for watching the Extended Branch. I am Worshipful Brother Andrew Rosatello. For Billy Bilbo, Kevin Cotter,
And Ricky.
make Masonry Skull again. This has been another episode of the Extended Branch.